rigorous training they go through, with the tests they go through, is not, that process doesn't necessarily pick up the negative attitudes of some of these officers and men in service. But what's the worry? The worry is the increase in numbers of these incidents. But could it also be that because of access to information, because of an influx of radio stations, TV stations, social media, we are hearing these incidents more than we used to when? I mean, we need to look at the balance, because the recent one was the CTFM thing. Imagine it had happened at just any institution. Would it have gotten the attention?
Commanding officer of the 64 Infantry Battalion, we have over time spoken about confidence in our national security apparatus. What does this mean for you as a security analyst?
Well, when I first heard the news a few days ago, I didn't want to believe it. I thought it was fake news. However, it seems to be the fact of the matter based on the forces people have cited. Indeed. Because based on the investigation conducted by the National Security Ministry, it proves that, yes, indeed, he did wrong. And for him, he promoted his mother organization after getting himself involved in such a despicable, dastardly act is what I can still wrap my mind around. It is tantamount to a monster rewarded by his leader for a good hit. It is an insult to the conscience of Ghanaians. It is an insult to press freedom. It makes no sense of all the efforts that have been put in, even by the Security Ministry, to get to the bottom of the matter. And I must say, without making words, this is going to really change the relationship between the civilian population and the security services. Already, a lot of Ghanaians view them with deep suspicion. They view them as, unprofessional people whose job it is to intimidate and to abuse.
All right. In the fight against crime, confidence in the people leading that fight, which is our national security apparatus, is very critical. Now, we are seeing this happen. For the ordinary Ghanaian, what does this mean for him or her in the fight against crime as a country?
It's going to terminate the relationship. Mind you, of the intent, over 90% Indians, if we will behave with an unaccountable, despotic manner, we are bound to have the civilians creative, and it will create a discord. It disconnects in the security services, which I must with the very necessary security of the state.
All right. Another thing that also comes to mind has to do with the fact that we didn't see enough probe into matters relating to the national security officers involved in Caleb Kuda's case. Now, what does this mean for you? What reactions have you to say?
Well, when I saw the information or the release by the Security Ministry, I could read a lot of cover-up. To see maybe people might find that Lieutenant General Fantajiman's name was mentioned, yet the other three officers were not mentioned. I made me feel shocked about the truthfulness of the whole. And for me, as a practitioner, and who goes on radio and TV every day asking the civilians to cooperate with the security services, it's a big blow to me. And I wonder if I would have the moral effrontery to go on TV or radio, tell people to still cooperate based on what has happened in the past few days. I think it's quite unfortunate, and it doesn't speak well of our democracy. And mind you, for some years now, our ranking in the press, world press freedom, has been quite retrogressive. We are not making any, gains. And all of these is adding to that, which invariably affects drug trafficking disrepute in the international stage.
All right. Adib Sani, would have to leave it here and come back to you for more on this, but thanks so much for speaking to us on Newsnight. I haven't engaged in Adib Sani. He's a security analyst. Two other stories. Vetting of new MMDC is ongoing across the country. In the Greater Accra region, a panel led by the regional minister, Henry Korte, has vetted 5 candidates for the position of the Accra Metropolitan Chief Executive. The 5 candidates are Elizabeth Kwacho Saki, Mohammed Ajay Soa, Reginald Nibi Ayibonte, Nathaniel Nate, Archibald Amate Fio. So let's delve a lot more into the profiles of these candidates, after which we'll do some analysis on them. So first you have Elizabeth Kwacho Saki. She is a banker and an economist, and she is the current Deputy Minister for the Greater Accra region. She is also a 3-time Member of Parliament for the Okankwe North constituency in Accra. Is a social entrepreneur with over 23 years' experience. He's the current Chief Executive of the Accra Metropolitan Area, and he was appointed in the year 2017. He is also the former Greater Accra Regional Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. Nathaniel Agbo Nate is an educationist and a counselor. He is a member of the International Council of Drug Abuse and Addiction. He's a member of the Fraternity of Police State of Delaware in the USA. Reginald Nibi Ayibonte is a lawyer. He's a prince of the Bese traditional area. He's a former Member of Parliament for the Ododo constituency. Meanwhile, the Teshi Council of Elders have kicked against what they purport to be efforts to make a non-indigent municipal chief executive of Teshi. In a press release signed by the council secretary, Paul Sowa, the elders stressed that a future municipal chief executive must be an indigent of Teshi. According to the elders, Teshi is known very much to be critical in traditional matters, and the municipal assembly cannot work in isolation without the traditional authorities, and therefore suggests for someone who understands the Teshi traditional matters and the people living within the municipality to foster cohesion, unity, and development within the town. The elders are advocating for someone who they can easily relate with and have easy communication with. They believe there are able men and women of Gadangbe descent within the municipality that also belong to the NPP party and equally qualify for the municipal chief executive position. They therefore do not see reason why they should be denied of such position for someone unfamiliar with the traditional and cultural system of the municipality. The elders are set to hold a press conference on Tuesday to plead with government to take immediate steps to rescind rescind from any decision of giving Teshi people an MCE of a different fund. All right, so let's get on to Zoom now and speak to Nii Amartey. He is a social and political analyst for a critical analysis on the MMDC East contest, particularly the situation in Accra. If you can hear me, thanks so much for your time on Newsnight. Hello? All right, Nii Amartey is a socio-political analyst. We are trying to raise him via Zoom for a conversation on matters relating to the MMDC East contest. I understand we've been able to establish contact with him. If you can hear me, thanks so much for your time on Newsnight. Hello? If you can please unmute so we can hear you. Hello? So we are having problems establishing a better connection with Nii Amartey. He is a socio-political analyst. You're live on Newsnight on Metro Television, also live on DSTV channel 277. We go for a break and we are back shortly with more. Please stay.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural.
You're welcome back. This is Newsnight on Metro Television. We're streaming live on Facebook at Metro News. Now, let's take you back to our earlier interview with Nii Amartey. Thankfully, we've been able to establish a better connection with him this time around. If you can hear me, thanks so much for your time on Newsnight. Hello? Hello? Okay, I see he's trying to fix his line. Hello, if you can hear me, thanks so much for your time on News.
I can hear you.
All right, so vetting for the new MMDC is currently underway, and in many of the areas, the current chief executives are facing stiff opposition. What do you draw from this?
Well, they are facing stiff opposition because I guess they are the people trying to take their seats have realized some weakness.
Okay, so if you can please reposition yourself for me. All right, unfortunately, our lines are not doing us any favors tonight, but I will still try and get through to him and bring you that interaction. Now, to other stories. One person has been reportedly shot dead in a communal clash between two farming communities, namely Kajasa and Lansupe, near Mpaha in the central Gunta district. They are in a critical condition, and as many others, including a police officer, have sustained serious degrees of injuries in the Savannah region. Our Northern Regional Correspondent, Al-Hassan Dibaba, brings you more in this report.
Public relations officers, he added that when they got there, the situation on the ground was very bad and they needed the presence of the security. Both the police and military are here and the two towns are relatively calm. Mustafa Mahama revealed 3 people are in critical condition and were sent to the Holistic Medicare Hospital in Buipe, while those with minor injuries are here at Mpaha Clinic. Now, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on Sunday joined the Christ the King Catholic Church for a farewell mass for Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, the outgoing parish priest, after serving for 12 years and 50 years of missionary work here in Ghana.
The occasion also marked the 70th anniversary of the Christ the King parish, which saw the Vice President joining Reverend Father Campbell to cut the anniversary cake. Vice President Bawumia commended Reverend Father Campbell for his exemplary leadership, love and care towards cured lepers, street children and humanity in general. On behalf of government, he acknowledged the role of Reverend Father Campbell, who was the chaplain at the Jubilee House, the seat of government, in providing the spiritual needs of the leadership.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, feeding the less privileged, under the direction of the very Reverend Father Andrew Campbell, was exemplary and highly appreciated by the government and the good people of Ghana. Truly, you have evidenced the unfailing love and endless mercies of God towards all with whom you have come in contact and beyond.
Reverend Father Campbell, in his farewell address, thanked the parishioners for their love and support in ensuring a successful tenure. He urged them to extend the same support and cooperation to the incoming parish priest and continue the outreach programs to win more souls for Christ.
Today I received my Ghana passport. That day I will never forget. And I was able to vote last time. The last time was my first time to vote. And I was so happy. That's a day I will never forget. So these are all happy memories of my stay in Christ the King, and they're all indelibly written in my heart, and I say thank you. One thing I'll always remember is your friendship, your kindness, your generosity, your love, sponsoring all the needy requests I made. I'm sure you were never sure what Father Campbell was going to ask for next. Sundays I would surprise you and say, I need money for somebody who's sick in hospital, need some money for some man who needs an artificial leg or whatever it is.
Some church members spoke highly of him.
I mean, you have so many societies in the church, but he touches almost every society with his advice, with his visits, and what you can say. So for me, Father Campbell has been an inspiration to the church.
Almost always has some events planned for the lepers, for the street boys, And he encouraged all of us to be very giving and very helpful to the less privileged in society. So he was an excellent parish priest to have. I will miss him sorely.
According to him, he will focus on his humanitarian works with the Weija Leprosarium, where he will be spending the rest of his life.
Now let's talk Hajj, because the chairman of the Ghana Hajj Board, Sheikh Isikwe, has expressed uncertainty over the possibility of airlifting prospective pilgrims to the Holy Kingdom of Saudi Arabia due to the COVID-19 situation and irregular information flow from Mecca. He said this after a crucial meeting with the Hajj Agents Association to deliberate on the way forward in the midst of COVID-19.
Sheikh Isikwe said despite the uncertainty, the Hajj Board would continue to monitor communications from the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah Affairs, Saudi Arabia, and update the Ummah accordingly.
The certainty, as a matter of fact, I cannot ascertain for a fact that in spite of everything, when everything is fulfilled and all that and so on, there is certainty that pilgrims will embark on Hajj this year. Because Saudi Arabia itself is not certain. It's not certain about whether there will be Hajj or not and so forth. Until such time that they are satisfied that we go from all over the world and that we will not go in there actually to leave a COVID-19 to them. That's what they are trying to actually look at and all that and so and have resolved. And also that when we are coming back home after the Hajj, we will not carry actually the sickness back into Ghana or into the various countries of Muslim world.
The Ghana Hajj Agents Association also assured the pilgrims that in the event that there was no Hajj this year, monies already paid by prospective pilgrims will be refunded. Alhaji Ismailia Ibrahim is the Director of Operations at the Hajj Board.
Because there are a lot of rumors in town, there will be Hajj, there will be no Hajj. People speak like my brother who we don't use the social media or we use what somebody has said somewhere. We have a channel of communication aware for them to be 100% sure that the monies that they pay to us in 2020, we are ready to refund it back to them to give to their pilgrims. But an issue came up that even some people collected money in 2021. That money did not get to us. That money is with the agent.
The Hajj Board also appealed to Muslims who are
Western and Western North regions on Monday, May 24th, 2021, took their turn of the larvae source management training aimed at equipping health workers in various capacities with the needed skills and techniques to destroy larvae mosquitoes at their breeding sites.
The training workshop held at the Western Regional Capital, Takoradi, brought together about 77 health workers from 2 regions respectively. Visa District and Sentinels were Efi Akwesimin Team, Amenfi East, Amenfi West, Pristia Huni Valley, amongst others.
You know that we have other interventions that we are implementing as far as malaria prevention or reduction of morbidity and mortality from malaria is concerned. We give medications to pregnant women. We also give bed nets to both pregnant women and children under 5, and also even we go and distribute it to the general public every 3 years. And we also have the larval source management. Now this is dealing with the life cycle of the mosquito at a time when they are larva or pupa. We want to be able to control their numbers at that point so that it will reduce the number of malaria parasites that we are getting in the adult the mosquito, and be able to reduce the transmission of malaria parasites from one person to the other. Now, the whole idea is to go into the communities where malaria is endemic, highly endemic. So we've chosen certain districts in the western region where they will be going, and we are going to look for these ponds, puddles, rice fields where we have the larvae actually on the pupa in the water. And then we use the microbial, it's not a chemical, it's like a food for the larvae. And as they eat it inside these waters, the microbial agents are going to actually kill these larvae and pupa, and then prevent them from getting into the adult stage where they can potentially have the malaria parasite in them and then infect other human beings. So the training is very, very important because it is enlightening our officers and the districts, all those who are going to be involved in the activities. It's enlightening them, showing them exactly how it's supposed to be done so that we will have the impact that we are looking for. Also, it's a collaboration. It's from a collaboration between community, the districts, the other partners like Zoom Lion, and then the Ghana Health Service, the Malaria Control Program. So we are all coming together as one to be able to effect this intervention and ensure that it works as the expected goal and will be able to reduce the morbidity and mortality, in fact, the incidence of malaria.
We now take it to the Ashanti region as residents of Yalbronya in the Asante, Achim South Municipality, are appealing to government to provide them with social amenities to help improve their livelihoods.
Among the needs of the community includes a police station, community health facilities, schools, and road infrastructure. Here's a report filed by Metro News Ashanti regional correspondent Abdul Basit Suleiman, read to you.
Yalbronya is one of the farming communities in the Asante Achim municipality of the Ashanti region. According to residents here, the community is bedeviled with several challenges which include poor educational infrastructure, lack of toilet facilities for the community, and poor roads. The only public junior high school in the community lacks infrastructure, which has compelled some of the pupils to study under an improvised tent structure after years of appeal to the central government.
Yana hayan pa se basa san se akola ko tra school da ko sia de na se ase woni ahon to school da mu a ma de sia kra intimi amu ano ba ne ho aye fi poto ne ya mpoma ne ade ade a wo nya timi rora da mu san se mpoma ne ade ni dana no nti ase hayan pa atete ye na so ye ni emo bia sempani fo so boy so mba o me kasa no mo kwa obi anse ya bi.
The assembly member for Yalbronya electoral area, Kwame Abudegbe, who doubles as the head teacher of Yalbronya DA Junior High School, says the absence of toilet facilities have provided justification for the practice of open defecation. According to him, several letters and petitions to the Municipal Assembly and Office of the MP are yet to receive attention.
We have a lot of problems in our school. Our JHS has been under temporary structure for quite a long time. We have made a lot of effort to get permanent and defeating structure for the school, but we are not getting. Last year, our temporary structure for the JHS got collapsed. Unfortunately or unfortunately, because of the COVID, we had a long break, so we couldn't feel the heat. But for now, the reality is that Form 2 and Form 3s are studying under trees.
You are watching News Night here on Metro TV. We'll be back with business news.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Welcome back to Newsnight here on Metro TV. We are live on DSTV channel 277 and also on Facebook at Metro News. Up next is Business with Winston.
You're welcome to my business segment here on Newsnight. We'll be bringing you more stories from the world of business. Indeed, the SEC, that is the Security and Exchange Commission, has launched the capital market, which is going to be a good news for investors in Ghana. My name is Winston Taki. Stay tuned for more. All right. In our first story, the Director General of Securities and Exchange Commission, Reverend Daniel Ogbami Tete, had described the capital market as indeed a great plan that is here to be launched as a key financial pool that would give capacity for Ghana to pursue a long-term project relevant for economic transformation. This is said at the launch of the Capital Market Master Plan at the Labati Beach Hotel, which saw representatives of World Bank and key players in the financial market.
In Ghana, we believe that a deep, efficient, diversified, and well-regulated market with a full range of products, which is couched from the theme of the Capital Market Master Plan, can play a significant role in solving, for instance, if you look at the serious deficits we have in our infrastructure, whether you're looking at health infrastructure, education, transportation, and so on and so forth, the capital is required, and a well-developed capital market can provide the patient capital for that. We also believe that in terms of strengthening the productive capacity of the economy, our president has talked about Ghana beyond aid, and it means in the position where we have something to trade rather than going for aid. But the capacity has to be there.
Same on the SEC. Deputy Director of Finance at the Securities and Exchange Commission, Paul Ababio, is optimistic that a framework could be developed to oversee transactions on the crypto market while protecting investors from fraud and its related risks.
So we will be establishing a fintech roundtable, and we will invite selected participants. We will also have an engagement session around this, and then coming out of that, we will spell out what the strategy would be on how we will address it. And there are various dynamics to the cryptocurrency occurrence. There's the actual blockchain technology, which can be deployed for other purposes, and then there is the, I would say, monetization of that technology and how it interacts with the real sector. Obviously, as regulators, we have concerns with money laundering, with how that will be dealt with. We have issues of security and traceability. And so those discussions have to be held. In terms of timeframes, I think once we form this work group, they will also come out with a roadmap on the implementation, and then we'll come out to the public once we have a sense of the direction.
That'll be it for business right here on Newsnight. Back to you, Eto.
Thank you, Western, for business. We'll go for a short break and we'll be back with sports.
As a mother and wife, my priority is making sure my family is protected at all times. That is why I never forget to give my angel a Flora disposable handkerchief to keep germs and sweat at bay. When Habi is out in the fields, I'm rest assured of Flora coming in handy anytime he needs it. Even when my daughter Na is out late, I am confident Flora disposable handkerchief will be close enough to save the moment. Flora disposable handkerchiefs are my go-to disposable handkerchiefs any day, anytime, and everywhere. Flora disposable handkerchiefs is affordable and handy. Flora, better than cloth handkerchiefs. Flora is a product of Delta Paper Mill Limited. For inquiries and bulk purchases, call 0243 033 033.
Lawful wedded wife to having to hold from this day forward?
I do.
I knew it.
How much drama can you enjoy? See it feely with HD Plus. Get the best companion for your HD TV with HD Plus. Dial *879# to activate and enjoy the first 2 months for free.
You're welcome back. This is Newsnight on Metro Television. It's now time for sports, and Phil is here. Hello, Phil.
Hi, my dears.
Ghana is getting ready for Tokyo.
Ifya, hi, my dears. You are not a little person.
Oh, certainly.
How are you? Good to be back on the set too, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, Ghana is preparing for the Olympic Games. Remember, they're starting in July in Tokyo. We will be speaking to the chef de mission, who also focus on the European football gossip. Up next, your sports. Welcome back. My name is Feo John Quarter, and this is the sports segment of the news. Ghana is preparing for the 20 Olympic Games, and according to the chef de mission, Ghana is on track with preparations.
With 60 days to the commencement of the 2020 Olympic Games to be held in Tokyo, Japan, the leadership of the Ghana Olympic Committee, in partnership with the National Sports Authority and the Sports Ministry, are preparing feverishly in readiness for the global event. Just like any other country, the COVID-19 pandemic slowed down arrangements, and many even called for the cancellation of the Games. However, with the assurance from the International Olympic Committee, Ghana's preparation is being speeded up, with 13 athletes so far qualified to represent Ghana. Mike Agri is Ghana's chef de mission to the Olympic Games.
We are moving into pre-Games training from the middle of June.
that is when the GOC takes over fully. Currently, there are various disciplines and their sporting clubs are taking care of them, but we will take over from the middle of June in Awashiro when we get there for the pre-training camps. Well, we've only secured the rights within Awashiro, and so it's a question of time. We just need to get flights, and our kit is expected in about 2 weeks. Once the kit comes in, then we are ready to fly, and that will be it.
Already, the final element of Ghana's costume and kits to the game are being fine-tuned with sponsorship from Ash Foam.
Our company is taking care of the kits for the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games. Yes, we are going to pay for everything for the kits. I think I was just yes. So we, from the baseball cap, the traveling accessories, the beautiful apparel, which you can see in the Ghanaian colors. Okay, you can.
From Accra, let's go to the United States of America and focus in South Carolina, where Phil Nicholson, at the age of 50, close to 51, managed to grab the PJ Graham Championship he played in South Carolina. Let's hear him.
Without further ado, hoist
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.